All right. This is called What Would You Do? These scenario cards on your table are going to be the scenarios that we're going to put up on the screen. My name is Reese.
My name is Cody. These scenario cards were made by education of looking around at my peers, looking around at myself, and thinking of it from like a teacher's perspective and in my own classroom with my students on how they act is how I came up with these scenarios. Some of these might be familiar, some of these might be, what am I even looking at? Whatever feedback you guys got, I would love to hear it at the end. We will have a form for you guys to fill out. If you could.
So this is a group activity. So whenever we go through these things, there is a code right here that you're going to fill out this form so that way you can give us the feedback on scenario. So it's kind of like what you would do, which is the title, if that happened in your classroom.
This is also competitive, so we will be picking a winner towards the end. So please look forward to that. If y'all guys have any questions, please let us know. If not, then... Oh, sorry, I slipped. I've got the 5 key terms. My fault. So the 5 key terms that I was basing most of these off of, which were from Castle, if you guys want to go check that out. It is, I don't know why links on there, but it is self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness. These are stuff that, like, you look in at a classroom, how you look at your students and how they interact with each other, with you, and with themselves on how they do things.
with this kind of situation and made her feel comfortable enough to actually participate in that unit. And
Scenario 5, you got a student who, let's keep it a stack, is a little different from the rest. They're always saying or posting something that's questionable. With case in point, their Instagram notes. And it's not just they're posting it, they're showing it to you as they're posting it. And it always involves something around barking and good boy vibes. And while it is hilarious that what is even happening right now, like, you also know it's behavior you cannot let slide at any point in time. You also have another set of students, and I'm sure this happens in every classroom, but who go back and forth all the time with racially charged comments. While they know it's a joke, there might be somebody else in the classroom who doesn't see it as a joke. And it's meant to be harmless, but at some point it can become a problem for everybody. Your challenge. You have to find the perfect balance between keeping the classroom comfortable and appropriate. You want to protect the vibe, not kill it. But you also need to make sure everyone feels respected and safe. Basically, it's walking that tightrope between we're all laughing and I'll see you later. Discussion. How can you handle situations where humor and personality cross the line? What's the best way to correct inappropriate behavior without embarrassing the students or becoming a joke yourself? You can discuss.
Their friend group has shifted and their attitude towards school has seemed to change. You're not sure what's causing it. It could be something personal, burnout, conflict with classmates, or simply loss of motivation. You need to respond. You need to know how to respond, but how you approach it can affect not just the student, but the rest of the class. Your approach could range from direct conversation, classroom intervention, parental contact, private encouragement, or even letting the student self-focus. Each choice has the potential for both positive and negative outcomes depending on how would you approach this situation? What are the possible strategies you could use, and what might be the positive and negative consequences of each? How do you balance accountability, empathy, and student autonomy in situations like this?